I wake up.
I'm coming.
Host the show.
Why are my eyes? Oh.
Season 2 of The Drink Show starts with a bang.
Was I wearing pants at a point?
I feel like I used to smell better.
So you have to take a shower?
I don't generally have
showers are the best.
Showers are the best.
If you can get yourself, but it's like
have to get there,
climbing
though.
Mount Everest to
Yeah.
get into the freaking shower.
Yeah.
But once you do, it's so
Like
glorious.
being at the top of Mount Everest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
also-
that metaphor worked unexpectedly well.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Welcome to The Drink Show.
We're gonna go visit Marvin at the Carousel Bar for a hair of the dog.
I sometimes think the hangover helps us keep from destroying ourselves with a lot of alcohol, because the hangovers can really be miserable. When I see one of our guests coming and looking that desperate, I generally like to suggest a red snapper, which is actually a Bloody Mary with gin. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to rim the glass with a little bit of fresh lemon, and we're going to put it with a lemon thyme salt on the rim. About 1.5 ounces of gin. Now, this is our own homemade Bloody Mary mix. It's made with tomato juice, of course, Lee and Perrins, fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice. A couple unusual ingredients is ketchup, pureed beets, pureed celery, pureed cucumbers, and our own proprietary spice mix. And then here we garnish it with a gorgonzola cheese stuffed olive and a roasted red pepper stuffed olive. Add our stir stick and a little sip straw, and your morning rescue, the red snapper.
You know when you first meet somebody and you're trying to relate to them?
Yes.
The one thing that I feel like you always end up getting into are these like hangover stories. Like you hear their story and you're like, that sounds horrible, but
Yeah.
you know,
I've had it bad. I've had it worse, quite frankly.
yeah, I burned a school down.
Burned a school
and,
down. There was kids inside.
You know,
I feel bad about it, but
but I was
I was
wasted.
wasted,
Isn't that
so-
funny?
And then I felt really hungover. I had a dry mouth as well. I just had that moment where your insides turn around again and you feel like shit again.
Yeah, no, I mean I threw up, so I feel a little bit better.
I think the only way that I'm gonna feel better is just take a little nap. You guys, take the show yourselves. Do what you want with it. It's fine.
I think that's a horrible idea. That was really quick.
I've had a fair share of hangovers in my past.
I used to have lots of hangovers.
I'm hungover pretty regularly.
Yes, many.
Who hasn't had a hangover?
Actually, I've never had a hangover.
Oh, a hangover is unimaginable pain. It's just a physical manifestation of regret.
I'd like to take like an ice cream scoop and like scoop my eyes out from the back of my head.
It's as bad as a bad flu when it's bad, but it can be a lot worse than a flu.
It must have been a good night because the next morning I woke up in my hotel room bathtub naked with a sandwich.
But I could see the lady in the aisle, across the aisle, like looking at me very nervously as I held the bag in front of me during takeoff.
So I'm throwing up under the water, and all these beautiful tropical fish are eating all my throw up. And so what I'm telling you is there can only be good that comes from throwing up when you are hungover.
I like under the water. Have you ever been scuba diving? Mm-hmm. I went one time. I was snorkeling and I was swimming like this way, and then I looked back and there was
Snorkeling
a
is not scuba diving.
jellyfish right in front of my face. Whoa! Dodged it.
That's your story? I think I might be cooler than you. That's a plus.
No. Mm-mm.
No, I actually think I might be
No,
cooler
because
than
when you said that, my instinct was to do a Yoda voice. I think that proves who cooler is. Science, my side.
Okay, coolness is on my side. This is the first time too. I'm usually never cooler than somebody else, so.
You can have coolness if I can have science.
What is a hangover? A hangover is... We should talk to a doctor.
We should talk to a doctor.
The symptoms are muscle aches, feeling fatigue, to more specific symptoms, headache, nausea, vomiting, and the list goes on and on. If we drink 4 drinks in a setting, that can induce a water loss of up to a quart. So when you do drink alcohol, make sure that you hydrate very well, because if you don't, you get dehydrated, and if you do so, then you end up thirsty with headaches, etc. If you are drinking the clear drinks such as gin and vodka, you are less likely to have a hangover than if you are drinking the brandy and the whiskey and the red wine. When you do eat greasy food, if you eat something that requires longer times of digestion, then you are really asking for that food to stay in your stomach for a while, and the longer it stays, the more nauseous you're going to get and the more likely you're going to throw up. On the other hand, if you eat something such as a complex carbohydrates, let's say a piece of toast or crackers or fruits and things like that, you could get some beneficial effects. Include water, include sugary drinks, cranberry juice, apple juice, things that wouldn't just simply hydrate you, but also provide you with the sugars needed to minimize the hangover effect.
Do you remember when we left the doctor's office? It was when he said that 9 drinks a week was a problem. That was what he said, was excessive drinking.
And we said it's a job.
We said it's a job, we have duties to do, you know what I mean? We're like ballerinas that have to kind of starve themselves, and it's a little bit unhealthy for their art.
Sure. I mean, I don't really, some ballerinas are just tiny.
I have incredible leg muscles. I can jump very high because of it. But we learned things. We learned avoid greasy food, despite what people say.
Even though it is my excuse.
Stay hydrated, as we knew that. I also did not know sugars were good, easy to break down, digest.
I just thought stupid sluts at bars were gonna get drunker than me with their vodka and cranberries. Oh no.
Turns out. Yep.
That's not a stupid slut drink though.
No.
It's quite refreshing.
Totally. You're a very classy lady. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us next month.
I'm Kyle.
I'm Andrew.
And this is The Drink Show. No, not literally. I meant like in the editing process.
That was for you.